Our Washington State head swimming coach Russell Whitaker. Cougs are back. Cougar swimming opens the season at the Fresno State Invite down in Fresno this coming weekend. How's it feel to be back? You guys getting tired of practice? You get to actually compete now. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I'm very excited for this weekend. It's going to be a great showing, especially with it being an all Mountain West field this weekend. So it's going to be us, San Diego State, Fresno State, San Jose State, and Air Force. So it's going to be a pretty formidable crew, especially having San Diego State and Fresno, two of the top three teams from the Mountain West Championship. So should be a lot of exciting and fun racing, and especially with San Jose State there and Air Force, it's just going to add even more depth to the meet. So no, we're very excited to get the season underway. I think we've been a little unnerving just waiting for everything to go. We're the last Mountain West school to actually get a swim meet now under our belt. And I think it's our girls' time to show where they're at and hopefully where their goals lie as well.
Couple Cougs that Coug fans will recognize right away. Obviously, the All-American, three-time All-American, and Emily Lundgren returns. But also Darcy Revitt, a freshman that also won a couple Mountain West championships last year, and also joined Emily in the NCAAs. Those two headline the group, but also you guys return a number of veterans, so probably a good balance of a couple newcomers that should make an immediate impact. But you got to like the veteran group coming back.
Yeah, no, this veteran group is going to be, I think, very formidable this year, especially our 200 medley relay. They were the first out from the NCAA championships of getting an A cut. And so for them, that is a huge goal that we've got as we head into midseason and especially into the conference championships later on. So they've got, very big goals. Emily returning, she's been such a good role model for our locker room. I think that that's probably our biggest asset right now is the locker room. Us as a coaches, we've been handling a lot of the stuff. Obviously, yes, we still work behind the scenes, but this locker room is so strong right now just because of the senior leadership I've gotten, especially even with our transfer. Catherine Guide transferring in as a senior, she has been an immediate impact from a leadership standpoint, such positive attitudes for the team. Darcy Revitt obviously returning, especially with the success that she's had this summer and even already from our inter squad meet, throwing down a 22:54, obviously an unofficial time, but very excited to see where that's going to lead to, considering where she was at this time last year. Ariel Wang, after being at the World University Games as well, and already what she's been posting. So, again, the veteran group across the board, very excited to see what they're going to do this weekend and just how they can continue to lead, because we do also have quite a few newcomers on this team also.
Really quickly, two changes to your coaching staff. Austin Pilato promoted to associate head coach. He returns after his impressive first year and saw a number of Cougar records fall and three NCAA participants. But also, you guys had Jackie Mudd, kind of a rising star in this business. So, how's the coaching staff adjusted, with a new group?
Yeah, no, Austin, it's been phenomenal, and especially that promotion, it's been well earned on his end for the associate head coach role. He has come in and been a right-hand man in all aspects of the program, especially overseeing that sprint group, and no denying the impact that he has been able to have there. And I think it's been noticed, especially on the national stage with our athletes. That's very exciting, and especially just seeing the energy that Austin does bring on pool deck. He's hype man central, is what I like to say. And then especially having Jackie on staff, very young, very new to the sport. She was at the Colorado School of Mines for a year, but she had an immediate impact on that program. And so when that position came open, I immediately reached out to Jackie based on the research I had done with programs. And I think she fell in love with the school right away. And even through the process, we realized how passionate she was going to be. And especially the biggest part is not that she's not going to work well with the women in our program, but for me, especially, I like to look at it like, how is it going to balance me as a staff? And I think just between me, Austin, and Jackie, there's a very good balance, not just with how we coach the groups with, Jackie being distance, Austin sprint, me more mid distance, but also, again, just how the attitudes are, how the behaviors are, interactions, all of that. And so it's been a very well-rounded staff, but, Jackie's been crushing it. I think the results were on full display with our inner squad of how much faster our 500 freestylers were. I know that was kind of the main premier distance event, but seeing that has me extremely excited for what we'll do in Fresno. And then actually, even for her, she'll be taking 4 girls to the MPSF Open Water Championships next weekend in LA. And so I think it's going to be a very, very busy couple of weeks, but hopefully a very fun couple of weeks here for this distance squad.
You mentioned that inter squad. We got kind of a sneak peek a couple weeks ago. Some really fast times, a ton of energy on deck and in the water throughout the afternoon. What has you excited going in this opening weekend at Fresno State?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, again, the returner seeing where Darcy's at this time of year, Emily Lundgren. I think kind of the biggest one who's put in the most work this summer and been become like, not really, I could say a dark horse, but the most well-rounded is Isabel Parrish. That she put in so much work in the off season, and watching how that's just lit a complete fire under her. And it's not just in her primary events. I mean, she is just crushing it in all aspects of it. We've even been training more butterfly. So I think I'm more excited. I know we're going to see very great things, but like I'm very excited just to see how it all comes to fruition finally for her. And especially I think with some of our newcomers, we've got Michael Morabito, who's been absolutely crushing it in practices, very consistent. And I think trying to grow into a little bit more of a leadership role still in that, but she's been doing a phenomenal job there. And truly, I think all of our freshmen, they're still kind of figuring out, I think, where those dynamics lie, but just seeing it. Avery Bulkley has been by and far, I think, an incredible leader with this freshman group and how hard she does work and practice every single day. And then as far as the other newcomer, I would say is Jade Castro. She transferred in from Auburn and she trained with us over the summer, and just watching how she has continued to develop, I do think that there's going to be some very special things in store for her as well.
And you add them into that group with along with seniors Anna Rockholtz and Lauren Willie, who have also, I know, have been a big part of this group's success last year at the Mountain West Championships. Well, Coach, congrats on another successful summer, and good luck this weekend at Fresno State.
All right. Thank you. Go Cougs.